Hi everybody and welcome along. Today I am absolutely delighted to have a brilliant conversation with Nicola, the business support consultant from Nutri and nutritional therapist extraordinaire. So I've got some really pertinent questions to ask Nicola today. She's a wealth of knowledge when it comes to perimenopause and the menopause years. So welcome along, Nicola.
Thank you very much for inviting me. I'm looking forward to our conversation.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm just going to delve straight in with
No
some of
problem.
the lovely questions that my clients have been asking me once they knew that we were having this lovely chat today.
Brilliant.
So first of all, I just wanted to just delve straight into the deep end and ask you what are the most common symptoms that you come across for your clients in their perimenopause years?
I would say that what I have experienced having my own practice is with ladies of a particular age, and I include myself in that. I'm 46, so I'm literally right in the middle of this perimenopausal journey. I would say that the most common ones tend to be night sweats. I find super common. And obviously those can go over into the daytime as well in terms of hot flushes. I think some other sort of like, kind of the bloating sometimes that we might not associate with the perimenopause, a bit more digestive upset symptoms. And what I've also found, which again, maybe we sometimes don't connect, is a high level of anxiety as well, and maybe just losing confidence perhaps in ourselves. And I think we maybe all get that bit of foggy thinking. I know that I do as well. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, that sort of that brain fog that seems to be very common when I get a new client that comes in. That can be one of the things that we're definitely looking towards increasing their brain clarity and their energy. And I think it's really important actually to touch on that anxiety that you just mentioned, because I do feel that fluctuation of hormones and supporting those can actually really help when it comes to like anxiety and feeling low. There's definitely things that can be done. So I think that's really important to touch on that, definitely. So with yourself working alongside Nutri and obviously working with your clients on a daily basis, do you find that there's some particular supplements that can actually really help to move that dial, to move how they progress forwards?
Absolutely. I think, one of the most popular products that we have is the Mega Mag Perimenopause Plus. And again, speaking from experience, I have actually used that product, and I do like to experience it for myself before I recommend it to clients. I think it's just a great way of kind of, knowing and kind of just seeing where it takes you on that journey. So it's just, I've found it's been a fantastic synergistic product, with that high magnesium, and it's got some lovely blend of herbs in it that has helped me, kind of manage those symptoms. And I felt that I've been a bit more calmer and I've had that bit higher energy. And because I've had that bit higher energy, I think the more that I can actually do in the daytime, the better I sleep at night, because actually I do find that as well, insomnia can be kind of a side effect as well of this period of life as well, and not sleeping as well. And then what another product we've also got, which I find is brilliant, and that's kind of a vitamin and a multi-mineral that's kind of built around, the menopausal transition, and that's called Equilibrium. And I've also found that great, and that's got the flaxseed in it as well, and broccoli. So yeah, that's also, so I would say that they're kind of my two go-to products for kind of this period, if you like.
Yeah, definitely. I think that the magnesium blend is actually such a powerful one and has been working so well with my clients. And the other magnesium that I also find is really good, just from my own experience, is from that lovely Mega Mag range, which is the Fem Balance. And I was taking that even before I became a nutritional coach, and found it so useful for myself. So I do think that is a very, it's a very powerful range, definitely.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is fabulous. And I was actually introduced to the Mega Mag Fem Balance myself from my mentor that I trained with, and she was recommended it to me. And I honestly felt a massive difference in myself at that time from taking it. And I was raving about this product, and I wouldn't have known about it had not been for my mentor at the time. So it's almost got her to thank me for introducing me to kind of like the Mega Mag range and Nutri Advanced, really, because I have just found them so useful in my own life as well.
Yeah, Oh, that's so good to be able to use that personal experience, definitely.
Absolutely.
With so many of the supplements out there now on the market, I have a lot of clients when they first come in, and they want to know perhaps what the difference is with the different supplements and what we should perhaps look out for to know that it's of the highest quality, because that's where it's going to make the difference in our body. Do you have any thoughts on that, how to look out for a good high quality supplement?
Yes, I do. I mean, I think there's a few ports of call here and a few thoughts that I've got. And one of the first things I would say is that before I started working for Nutri Advanced, I was already using their supplements for myself. And I was also using them in my own private clinic and recommending them for clients. And I actually had clients that come to me that was already using them themselves, that had found them somewhere else. So I think, Nutri Advanced is, I believe, a fully reputable, long-established company, that's celebrating the 40th year this year, which is amazing. And it brings with it that lineage of quality, and trust behind it, So I think kind of it stands quite a lot. But before I started working for them, I would use them myself, and obviously I still use them myself today, and for my 9-year-old daughter, recommend them for friends and family, because I've got fantastic results myself and also for my clients. So I think if something works, then clearly, I'm going to use that product, as opposed to, I do think, and this is my personal opinion, is that sometimes in life you get what you pay for. And, yes, obviously we do quality supplements and the work. And that's what I like, because I know that where my money is going, I feel like I'm spending it well. So
yeah, definitely. I think that just like add on that as well, like with that magnesium blend range, it's powdered, and that makes it actually more bioavailable in the body. So it's having supplements that are treated so well and given right out to in their right format, should I say,
absolutely.
out to the clients out there, like the vitamin D being liquid, so it's more bioavailable in the body. So it's like that high standard is really there. That's why I love Nutri, because it's how our body's going to be able to assimilate and use it the
really
best
important.
is delivered to us. So
yeah, absolutely key points there. And that's truly what I believe. It's in my opinion, I think that why I feel better on them is because I'm able to absorb those much more easily. So absolutely. And what I think also another good thing is to actually is it look at what other people are saying. I think when we're buying something now, generally we're used to actually looking at reviews and seeing what other people think, whether it's a piece of furniture, or whether it's a supplement, or whether even it's, I don't know, a brand of food. We want to know what everybody else thinks. So I think that's always a good thing as well, is to kind of see what the reviews are saying as well, and get others' opinions that are experiencing the same symptoms, and see how they found it, and draw on others' experience.
Oh, it's brilliant. And the reviews are absolutely stunning, actually, from what I've seen, from my clients, but also what's on the internet out there when you Google Nutri. So that's really good.
Brilliant.
So as both of us and many out there know, supplements are a real boost for this life phase, but also there's some amazing whole foods out there that's really, really important. So what I would love to know is, what is actually your favorite meal for this life phase? What is your favorite meal that you like to have?
Yeah, well, in general, Jan, I like to eat. So I've got quite a few different ones that I love.
Good.
And I think not just for myself, but I think what is a good idea in general, especially as we kind of go through this life phase, is I've found that blood sugars can go out of balance, both for myself and for clients, because if we think about the full synergistic thing where, we might not feel ourselves, so then that might bring on a craving for something sugary, or we're kind of running on empty gas, really, because maybe we're not sleeping well. Well, that's already going to kind of, trigger cravings. So what I've found a really useful approach, and I'm sure you probably have yourself, being very fit and working out a lot, is I do tend to eat very, very clean, but also high protein, and balance it out with loads of green vegetables, because the protein really does, I can only say, fill me up. But it also, as well, I know that it, obviously being a nutritional therapist, you know, it balances my blood sugars, and it's worked for clients as well. So I tend to go quite clean. I'll kind of do a nice clean chicken breast, or a lovely piece of salmon, or I love cod, and just stacked with like maybe like loads of tray baked veggies, you know, get that colour on, and then loads of leafy greens on top, or a bit of kale in the oven as well, and then get that crunch. So that's my base. And then a quick go-to, I think, is eggs. Just, I love eggs.
Yeah.
Because, you know, just love eggs. I don't know what I'd do without eggs, actually. So I love them. And then I think everybody's kind of got different lifestyles and different ways of eating. But for me as well, I'll also eat some tofu, you know, the fermented soy. So I had that for breakfast this morning, which was lovely, with kind of like, you know, some tomatoes, mushrooms, and that type of thing. So I was still getting that protein base, but then it's just a bit different, rather than eating, you know, meats or fish and everything every day. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely, because there's a few different ways that we can get that protein in, which is really key to know, because it doesn't have to be the same thing day in and day out. There's actually this whole variety out there that's so good for us and gives us that different textures. You know, saying like if you put kale in a steamer, it's going to feel very different on the tongue to it does when you tray bake it in the oven. So there's always different ways to make this as exciting as possible, I think, when it comes to those foods.
And I think
about foods, I have found that over this last 6 months, you know, over the pandemic that we've had, a lot of my clients are coming now back into clinic, and digestive issues are something that they're keen to sort out. And my ladies are in their they're over the age of 35, so they're starting in their perimenopausal years and their menopausal years. Is there anything that you would recommend specifically when it comes to digestion?
Yeah, and again, I think that this is quite a big question, because there's lots of things you can do, but kind of if we just set a base, I think is always a great idea. And this is something that I always start with my own clients, is literally start with a base. So we literally go back to basics, you know, and how, if you like, we need to be more relaxed when we're eating, so we're not initiating that stress response. And I think sometimes, as women in particular, are guilty of, you know, thinking, and we're trying to do stuff all the time, so we're trying to eat while we're doing that, and then maybe the children are shouting in the background, then we're thinking, I'll just have to ring so and so, so we're doing all these things. But then the digestive juices, to start with, aren't flowing. So we just need to kind of, even if we can just frame out 15 to 30 minutes for ourselves to sit down and eat that meal, you know, think about the food, the smells when you're cooking, and it gets the digestive juices going. You know, try and take your time is what I would say. I'm not, you know, always doing this myself, I have to admit, but
this is why I'm smiling.
Exactly, I'm always mindful of it, and I'm just thinking, slow down. And I think this helps with bloating as well. It's just literally slowing down, and actually just literally taking time with the meal and just really chewing that food. Because if your digestive juices, I believe, are already going, and then you're really chewing your food, then actually it's much more liquefied before it even hits, you know, the first part of your stomach. You know, and it kind of just helps to, you know, take the load, if you like, and the pressure off that digestive system. And I think what I also have found, particularly when I'm stressed, or if I'm rushing, or if I'm eating a bigger meal, or perhaps later at night, which isn't my normal thing to do, but if I was, then I found a digestive enzyme, to be honest, are almost quite a savior for me. And I've again had a lot of success with clients. It just helps give that extra digestive strength to actually be able to break that food down. If we're breaking it down, we're going to absorb it better. So then your energy levels are going to lift up. So you've kind of got to go through this process to get to where you want to be. And it's just that synergistic, again, approach, it, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's absolutely, like, that's golden information for so many of us out there, just to be able to take our time and to slow things down. And actually the benefits are like thousandfold for that. So that's really, really golden information. Thank you. So in terms of being able to get some of these lovely supplements, these Nutri supplements, what is the easiest way that clients can go ahead and get hold of those supplements?
Yeah, what I would say is that I think that you've just said about gold, and I think that you're worth your weight in gold being a health professional, because we can all go a bit like that and decide what we think is the best for us. But, you know, if you're working with, you know, your clients on a day-to-day basis, on a weekly basis, you know, and perhaps they've filled out one of your health questionnaires, you know, and they are like gold dust themselves. You know, when I work with clients, you know, I have got a big questionnaire that I like to get hold of first to really get that client's background, you know, how they're currently feeling, what's the most important to them, and what are they trying to achieve. Because as a health professional, if you can kind of understand that person and what they want to achieve, then you are the best person and best placed to help them get the best fit for their supplements, on top of all the other things you're working on them with, you know, the diet, the lifestyle, the exercise, and everything else that you're doing. And then that is, you've got all the cogs, in my opinion, in that wheel all working together, you know.
Yeah,
and I think now, Jana, I don't know if you found this, but, you know, we've kind of, you know, it's, everybody loves now to shop online when they want at whatever time. So, you know, I think one of the brilliant things that Nutri does, you know, and to support our health professionals is, you know, the build a basket. So, you know, for your clients, it's just so easy that once you've had that discussion and you've got all this information and you're doing your recommendations, you know, you can literally just, it's almost build an electronic basket, email it off to them, you know, and they can literally click to buy, and that's it. It's a one-click process. It's really, really easy.
Yeah, it's very, very exciting actually, because that process is part of the foundations of the Goddess program that's starting really soon in June. So my lovely group of ladies that join on in together, it's fully online, and we'll be doing that comprehensive health questionnaire. They'll be getting support from me on a one-to-one as well as their group, and I'm very excited to be able to build their basket for them, and they can do a one-click, you know, knowing that all of those supplements are actually bespoke for exactly what they need in their life phase. So it's a really exciting times ahead, I think, definitely.
Fantastic. That does say, it sounds absolutely brilliant. It sounds exciting, this new program. Really exciting. Yeah. I think we all want to feel like a goddess.
Yes, that's exactly within 5 weeks. And really, like what I was sort of chatting with a lady about yesterday is that you know, the world does not need another diet plan. You know, what we need is to be able to come back home in our bodies and be kinder to ourselves, and to really look at this from a 360 holistic approach now, especially within this life. So I'm really excited to kickstart everything off for our summer.
It sounds brilliant.
Yeah, definitely. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for your time today. I'm sure that there is so much really golden nugget, useful information that the ladies have got from listening to our conversation today. So I just want to thank you so much for taking that time out to share all of your wisdom with us this morning. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Jana. It's a pleasure.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure I'll be chatting to you soon.
Love to. See you soon.
Okay, take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.